Well, I made it. It pulled great. Doesn't bounce around on the truck like it does when you pull a baler with all the tongue weight. I'm gonna get it pulled in here and get to cutting. One thing I want to mention is when this tractor's running, this PTO has a brake in it, and while the tractor's running, it's keeping fluid running to that brake, so you cannot turn the shaft by hand. If you're needing to turn your shaft a little bit to line it up to hook up your PTO driveline, for instance the round baler, I can turn this one by hand to line it up, but when I'm doing my round baler, it's just too hard to turn the shaft to line it up on that shaft coming out of the tractor. So if you shut it off, the fluid pressure obviously goes away because the tractor's not running, so you can turn this PTO shaft by hand. So if you didn't already know that, that's a little trick you can do when you're hooking up attachments and they're hard to line up. Well, it sure is nice not having a loader on this thing. You got a great view. This cutter's working excellent. Turns are nice. You can make a nice wide turn and not miss anything. Like when you're running the 3-point that's attached to your tractor, you kind of have to swing out wide and come back at it so you don't miss any grass when you're cutting. Everything's working great. I've stopped and checked it a few times, made some adjustments for the cutting height. It's working out great. You know, bringing it over here with my truck, it sure does beat hooking up and unhooking that 3-point disc mower. It's really a pain because compared to the trail mower, because I have to hook up to it, cut, and then when I'm done, I've got to unhook the mower, fork it back on the trailer, take it to the next field or wherever I'm going to cut next, and then do it all over again. So just backing up to this thing, dropping a pin in the hitch, and putting some safety chains on it, pulling down the road. It's worth the extra trip. You know, it's a 9-foot cut. It's the same width cut as that disc mower I had. If I could have found the TM800 for sale, which is a foot wider, you know, I would have been all over that to save time cutting. But all in all, going to a trail mower, it's excellent. It's worth it. And you know, the Krone makes an excellent machine. I'm going to keep the 3-point mower as a backup, and I'll keep it over there at the other place underneath the barn. It's out of the weather. So, and somebody asked me if I thought about getting a hay caddy for it, and I did. I really did consider getting one, actually building one, and when I priced it out, it was like $2,500 roughly for material and the hubs, the wheels, the PTO shaft, all that. It was in the neighborhood of $2,500. Probably would have been more because every time I price some kind of build out, it's always more than what I expect. But so my thought was I could buy a used trail mower for the same price, or right around the same price, and get it fixed up and then have a backup. In the end, if you saw my previous videos, this thing cost me a lot more than I expected because I bought it off a online auction, sight unseen. I'm so happy I made the purchase. But I'm going to continue mowing, and get about half of this done. I'll probably get the drone out, and then I'll probably get in the video, and then the next video will probably be the rake and bale. This grass is pretty thick, so I anticipate I'm hoping it'll make the same amount of bales it did the first cutting, which was 78. But hopefully it'll he'll yield more. I'd like to get at least 120 off of it, but we'll see. I did put fertilizer down after the first cutting. It was about a little over 100 pounds of nitrogen to the acre, a little bit of sulfur because his soil's lacking some sulfur, and also we put Pastora. That fertilizer really kicked in after we finally got some good rain on this. And over there in the middle of the field, it's hard to tell, but I ran out of fertilizer. It was liquid fertilizer. Company in Lampasas. They for $75 extra you can rent their sprayer. It's like a 40-foot boom, I believe. Maybe next time I put fertilizer out, I'll get a video of that whole process. But anyways, it's worth the additional cost of fertilizer because it really helps you yield a lot more grass and helps the nutrients in the grass if you're worried about the feed value and whatnot. But anyways, I'm going to just keep on mowing here.